Hey everyone, this is John from Bear Bull Traders, and I want to discuss my best and worst trade from 13 May 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel or hit the notification bell. That's always appreciated. My worst trade today was on Square. It was a high day break trade with a high day of 209.87. The volume at entry was 3.2 million shares and the R-vol was 160%. This trade was actually called out by a member of the Bear Bull Traders chat room, so thank you to Harry from the United Kingdom for this trade idea. So this is a nice high day near a decade level. It's at 209.87. It would be actually better if it was closer to 210, maybe above 209.90, but it's not too bad. It's also near the pre-market high of 209.80, which can be a great breakout area. I really like trading high days near the pre-market high and yesterday's high. So I like that. The 1 minute volume was building nicely. We have these white steps here. Better if there are 4 of them or more, but 3 is okay. The SPY was beginning to turn in my direction after a pullback on a strong uptrend. So the SPY was really strong this morning after a bad day yesterday. It was getting back some of that. And it had done a pullback, and then it was just starting to turn back around. So I like to trade in the direction of the SPY or the overall market if I can. So we did have that going for us as well. Got an entry at 210.08. Kind of wanted a piece of that, the ask that was at 210. It wasn't very big though, but 210.08 on squares, not too bad. Didn't miss it by too much. I will admit the reason this is my worst trade is because the P&L for my previous trade, which I'll show you in a second, was in my head. I had a pretty good move on another trade and had some good money in the bank, and I just partialed too early on this trade. So I took the first 50% off at 210.59 on what felt like a price pause. And you can see it's near the top of the candle, so there's some evidence of that. But I really should have held out for something near 211, either above 210.90 or on the pop through 211. So this early partial, this fear is what made this not a perfect trade. The second 50% partial was better. I actually let that pop through 211, which I kind of had to do because I had taken off half my position here, so I wanted more of a move. So I got the next one at 211.25, which ended up being really good. And then the rest, it came down pretty quick, and I was all out at 210.01, just a bit below my entry. My best trade was on Roku. This is another high day break trade. The high day is 320. The volume at entry is 1 million shares in this case, and the R-vol was 140%. So a lot of tech stocks in play today. Great high day at an exact dollar level, 320 exactly, and it's a decade level. So decade levels are like 310, 320, 330. So this is a really good place to maybe break out from. It actually hit 320 twice in these 2 1-minute candles at the open. We have a good strong move to the high day, a bit of a suggestion of an exponential shape in the movement here, just a hint of one. I really like that exponential shape, that I call it the punch up to the high day. That's the pattern I prefer. The 1 minute volume was building nicely before entry. Not as nice as Square, but at least it's stepping up. We want to see that going in our direction. The SPY was trending up very nicely. Maybe a bit flat as I entered, but this trend was very strong. And I was really counting on the overall market movement to make this work. And we'll talk about whether that happened. The entry was at 320.19. I wanted a piece. Oh, that should say 320, not 308. Sorry for that. So I did not get that, and so I kind of got it on the pop. That's a bit scary. 19 cents is not terrible in Roku because you can see the stock can move quite a bit, but it didn't give me a good feeling. I was a bit nervous that I got in too high, and I wrote it out. So I held through some volatility. You can see here. And then it got moved in my direction. It got green, but it never felt great. And I was worried that the SPY and the Qs were not helping move this trade. That's what really worried me, because you can see after my entry, the SPY starts to take off in this linear upward fashion again, and Roku got very volatile. I actually pulled up the Q chart at the same time to check that out. It was moving well as well. So I really didn't like that. And eventually got a nice pop on this candle, and I took 50% off near my first target of yesterday's high. That's that green dotted line right here. You can see it actually poked through very fast. This is like a visual kind of partial. Just I saw it near that level, and I took some off. And it just got weird after that. There was so much volatility in it that I decided to take 50% more off at 321.71 and just bank a bit more. This really felt like it could fall right through my entry in a heartbeat. And I eventually got all out at 320.27. So that's the best and worst for today. That these two trades pretty much made my day for me, so I'm done early. And I hope everyone had a great day in the markets. Thanks. Bye-bye.